Hey, so I'm finally coming on to do the momentum video. I want to show you all the materials that I have and explain the plan to you the best that I know and just give you a little bit more information. This plan was, they launched it, Weight Watchers launched the momentum plan in 2008 and it went through 2010. And then in late 2010, they started the Points Plus. So this is the little pocket guide that you would get. And I did this plan in 2010. So that's why it says pocket guide for 2010. And this, has a table of contents. And this is everything that is in that book, or this book. And let's see, what are some good things? It has, oh, well, this is good. Steps for success. Let's see if I can get this in the, so that's 1 through 4. Oh, I guess you could see it all. So that's 7 steps to success. And those are really good ones. And then this is the information of how you figure out how many points you have a day. And so you do 1 through 6, and then you put it over here, and then you tally that up. And so number 1 is you take your weight. So if you weigh 175, the first number you write down over here on the side is 17, the first 2 numbers of your weight. And then are you male or female? Female gets 2 points, and male gets 8, because they can always eat more. How old are you? 17 through 26 is you get 4 points. 27 through 37 you get 3 points. 38 through 47 you get 2 points. 48 through 58 you get 1 point. And if you're over 58, you don't get any points for age. Number 4, how tall are you? Under 5'1", you don't get any points. If you're 5'1" to 5'10", you get 1 point. Over 5'10", you get 2 points. Number 5, do you spend most of your work day sitting down? You get 0. Occasionally standing, but occasionally sitting, but mainly standing. And the examples are salesperson, a mom. You get 2 points. Walking. And the example is a postal carrier. You get 4. Doing physical hard work, like a construction worker, you get 6 points. And then number 6 would be if you are a nursing mom, solely breastfeeding, you'd get 10 points. And if you're supplementing with some formula, you'd get 5 points. And then this talks about setting goals and setting your 5% goal and your 10% goal. And then it talks about eventually choosing a weight goal for yourself. So it talks about that there. I hope that this is in focus. And then this is the different weight goals depending on your height. And it talks about the BMI, and that's the body mass index. What does it talk to help? It doesn't talk about how you figure that out, but there's a formula to figure out what your BMI is. And then they had, yeah, you got charms. They did the charms back then too. So that talks about the charms. And then it goes right into your food list, and it's all alphabetical order. So I use this when I'm out and about. Sometimes I use this, but I also use the itrackbites app. And the itrackbites app, the momentum plan is the Cravings plan on the itrackbites app. And so it goes through the whole food list here, and then it talks about the filling foods, which is and then that's talks about more of the filling foods. And then set point foods. I don't really know what that is. Set points food. Set points foods are great for restaurants and special occasions. Here is how to use them. At any meal, eat one of the set point foods. However much feels like a sensible portion. Stay mindful of your hunger signals. So they talked about, keeping hunger signals in mind. Stop eating when you feel satisfied. When you track the points values of that food, use the set points value no matter how big your portion ends up being. Continue following the plan as usual using your weekly points allowance. So the weekly points that they call weekly points were called allowance points on the momentum plan, if you'd like, and swapping activity points values for your foods. Now I think the activity points values, you could use your activity points, but I think you had to use them that day, and you could use up to 6 of your activity points, or you could earn up to 6 of your activity points. And then it just has some dining out examples of foods, choices that and there's a few pages of that. So that if you're dining out and you need some help deciding what foods you have, similar to the app. I think I was reading that the app came out in 2009, I think the app came out in 2009. But there's your portion sizes, examples of what you can, how you can determine what a portion is if you don't have a way to measure it out. There's a shopping guide. More to the shopping guide. More through the shopping guide. Substitution ideas. A teaspoon of butter is 1 point on the momentum plan. A teaspoon of light butter is 0. And on a piece of toast, that's all you need is no more than a teaspoon. Sometimes I don't even use a teaspoon of light margarine. Cheese, it's saying low-fat cheese, fat-free cheese, or soft tofu. Cream cheese, use fat-free cream cheese or the reduced fat. Whole eggs, use egg whites. Ground turkey, use 80% ground turkey. You could substitute for 80% ground beef. You could substitute for ground turkey, ground chicken, or a lower fat content of ground beef. But in my last video, I was talking about it was oh my goodness, I can't remember what that video, the last collab I did. I was talking about ways to save money. So I was talking about draining your ground beef, but also rinsing your ground beef and rinsing the grease out of it. And that I found online that it is proven that if you drain and rinse it, that it becomes a lower fat content. So that's another thing that you can do is drain and rinse it. And I do that before I put any seasonings in. Heavy cream, you could use evaporated milk or soft tofu. Huh, you can use tofu for a lot more than I thought. Mayonnaise, you could use, fat-free plain yogurt. So I do that a lot now with the Greek yogurt. I use that instead of mayo or sour cream. I like the sour cream better, but the Greek yogurt is definitely a good substitute. Yeah, there's just some other ideas there of ways you can substitute and save some points. Some more there for dinners and snacks. Pound cake, angel food cake, popcorn. You could do, chips. You could do popcorn. Chocolate cake. You could do a Weight Watchers cake. I don't know if they have those anymore. They used to have like frozen desserts and stuff, and that I haven't been able to find those. Those were really good. They had a chocolate cake one with like chocolate fudge on top. It was really good. Let's see. 0 point condiments. That's a good one. That's a good one there. And then, ooh, snack ideas. That's a good one there too. Snack ideas. And then in the back, it's recording your weight. And then this is the scale, because the momentum plan uses, this is the scale for the your activity. And then this is the scale for your food. And the momentum plan is based on fiber, calories, and total fat in grams. And so you would figure out how much a food has in fiber, and then you would figure out how many calories, and so then you'd match the calories up to the fiber, and then match the fat, find where the fat is along there, and then you'd figure out how many points that food is. And I use this sometimes, but I mostly use the itrackbites app now. So, but I keep this in my bag so that I have it just in case I need it. This is a little piece of paper that I made to tell me how much 3x3 was for, I think that a piece of cake. This is a piece of cake. The size of a piece of cake that would be, I think, 12 points on the momentum plan. So, and it came in a little plastic sleeve that you put it in. And then before it went to the Points Plus, they were selling these for like a really big discount. So I got the complete food guide for the momentum plan. And it has tons and tons of food in here. And I think it has some restaurants, but there was a separate restaurants book that they didn't have any more of them because they were switching to that new plan. So there's tons and tons of food in here. And then the first 10 weeks that you went to Weight Watchers, you got a book every time you went. So I have all 10 of the books. So the first one was Start Eating Smarter. And that just has all the basic stuff in it. And it has, I think it has some recipes at the end. I've never tried any of these recipes. Ooh, Mexican meatloaf. That looks good. Mexican meatloaf. Pasta salad with blue cheese. It gives you example of days. Now this is, I think this is based on the lowest you can go is 18 points, which I don't know if I could eat 18 points. That would be kind of scary to me. And I know that when I went, some of the women, that they were really struggling when they were down the 18 points. But I look at it as, if I'm still losing, and my points should have dropped, but I'm still losing, I'm not going to drop my points until I'm not losing. Being on plan and not losing. If I'm eating over my allowance points or my weekly points and I'm not losing, then I can't blame the plan. But if I'm eating right on track and I'm not losing, then I ought to reevaluate how many points I'm eating. But until that happens, then I'm not going to. But this is like an example of different meals that you can have at breakfast and lunch. And then this is different meals that you can have at dinner and for snacks, different ideas. So I can get this all in here. Yeah. And so then across the top is like 3-point breakfast, a 6-point lunch ideas. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's a week's worth of ideas. And then an 8-point dinner and 3-point snack. So you can pick out one breakfast, every day, and a lunch. And so, I don't know. Maybe that would help me stay on plan. So that's 9, 17. So this is a 20-point day, I think. 9, 17, 20 points. Yeah, so this is a 20-point day. Well, maybe I'll go through some of these and maybe try some of these. So this is a 2-week. Yeah, this is a 2-week span like this, because this is another page of them. Breakfast and lunch. And then this is dinner and snacks. And that's another 7 ideas. So that's pretty cool. Here's some other examples. And then down here, they're talking about if you need to add a few points. So if you're somebody that gets, like I do 26 points right now, so I could follow this, this 2-week plan here, but then also use this to add some points. So that's the Start Eating Smarter. And then book 2 was Start Moving More. That's book 2, right? Yep. Start Moving More. Book 3 is Stay Ahead of Hunger. Book 4 is Habits of Successful Members. Number 5 is Eating Out and on the Run. Number 6 is Keep on Tracking. Beyond Chicken is number 8. Beyond Walking is number 9. Oops. This was number 7. Eat Together. I guess I got that out of order. And then number 10 is Push Past Plateaus. Geez, I should look at these books. Would anyone be interested in me doing a video on each one of these books? Question for you. If you're interested in that, leave a comment below. So that's all of my materials that I have for the momentum plan. I hope this is helpful. I hope that you got something from this. And if you have any questions, leave them below. If there's anything, so if you'd like me to do a video on each one of these books, I can do that. And I'll try not to do it in the car. I'll try to, because I don't even know if that was in focus. Hopefully those were in focus. But if you're interested in a video on each one of the books, I can do that. If you have any questions, if there's anything else that I can do a video on, you know, in regards to the momentum plan, leave that down below. If you have any video ideas for anything else, let me know too. But definitely, if you have any other questions about momentum. And like I said, a lot of times I use the itrackbites app. Now I have my calendar that I use, that I show at the end of every what I ate in a day video. And that's how I paper track. But I do look up the points values on the itrackbites app. The Cravings plan is the momentum plan. And I haven't found too much of a difference. I think there was like one or two things that I found, like there was a point difference or something like that, but nothing that was, you know, a big deal, and nothing that you couldn't work around. And it figures out your points the way it's supposed to. And on the momentum plan, every 10 pounds you lose, you lose a daily point. And when you put your weight, every time you put your new weight in the itrackbites app, if you go into a new weight decade, it subtracts the point for you and everything. So it does all that calculations for you. So definitely check out the itrackbites app, because that's a really great app. And I think that itrackbites app, if you pay for it, you can get the current plan of Weight Watchers, I'm pretty sure. But the free ones are, I think they have keto, I think they have calories, they have the Cravings plan, which is the one that is momentum, and then they have the carb conscious, and that is the old points, or the points plus plan on Weight Watchers. That started in 2010, and I think that went to like 2012, and then they started with the smart points. And I think that's called the smarts plan on itrackbites. So I'm a paper girl, so I like tracking on paper, but I definitely utilize the apps to calculate the points values and things like that. And of course on my current app for Weight Watchers now, because I track the blue plan as well, because Mark, my husband, is on the blue plan, and I track in there just because I want the wins. I'm trying to get that cooler. But yeah, so I hope this was helpful for you, and just let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if you'd like me to do a video on these books, these weekly books that they had given out. So yeah, all right, well, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, leave me a comment down below, and I will see you next time. Bye.